I know you've heard so many Forex gurus saying that you should learn one strategy and stick to that. But then, guys, I've come to realize that that is not the way. Now, Forex market is kind of crazy. So the reason why I'm saying that's not the way is for you to be on a safer side. You need to learn everything about Forex market. If you hear people talking about SMC, you need to learn about that. If you hear people trading demand and supply zone, learn about that. If people are trading trend line, you need to learn about that. So like, learn all the strategy for you to be safe. So let's say I'm trading trend line. Basically, I'm a trend follower, or I'm a trend trader. That is, I'm also a swing trader. So most strategy requires me to draw my trends, higher high, higher low, as usual, my support and demand zone, or support and resistance. But then for me to take my entries, guys, I'm not going to take my entry based on my trend strategy. Of course, I have to talk about order blocks, such kind of things. I have to talk about so many strategies in this Forex market just to give me the right confirmation. Now, if I was only trading trends, trend line, so when it comes to my entry, having my entry based on just trend is crazy, guys. Now, I do take my entry based on the H1 now. So I've come to realize, like I say, you really need to learn everything about Forex now, from trend lines, order blocks, type of thing. And then the last confirmation, usually the candlestick. Now I know, yeah, there is, a candlestick type of a strategy trading, guys. So that is what I do use in this Forex market to execute. Like, almost everything, you understand, you need to know almost everything. Now, for example, let me explain this on the live market. Let's just have this delete right there. Now, this is based on the daily time frame. For me to analyze this market and understand more, try to look for entries, like I said before, I'm going to use so many strategies to analyze this market, just for me to understand, before I make my execution decision. All right, so now if we look at this market, for example, like I said before, this is on the daily time frame, US30. So let's say this is how the market's looking like. So as usual, I'm going to have this right here, okay, or we can have this, that's the last low, and of course we have another high, not another high, of course that's the high. So right now, which strategy are we using? We have a supply zone right here and a demand zone. So right there, okay, we are now trading a demand in supply zone. All right, so as usual, we need to continue analyzing the market. Right here, we might do this, something like this, mark our levels, see, that's also another support. Let's just continue doing our thing. All right, now if we talk about order blocks, guys, let's just go on with our order blocks. We can maybe have this area marked. You see, it kind of makes sense, order block. So we see that the market pushed up, consolidated for a while, then it took off from this zone. So that's why I've just marked this level, or that zone, is an order block. So those who trade order blocks, you see, we are covered, guys. Remember, we are still doing our analysis. All right, so we're just trying to understand the market more. Now right over here, I see a double bottom. We are now back to patterns or shapes. So for those who trade reversal, stick with me. Right now we are with the reversal traders. We have a double bottom right there. All right, so you see, I'm kind of trying to have so many strategies just to understand this market. I've not yet added my trend. Okay, now for me to add my trend, let me show you. There's this, we had a level right here, this kind of a trend, something like this. All right, so let's just explain this market, or let's just try to understand the market and kind of know what the market wants, and we execute according to what we see. Now if we see, let's try to understand why there was this kind of a drop. So the reason why there's a drop right here, first thing I see is another double top right here. Now those are catered, the strategy now we are talking about are reversal structures. Of course, if you trade reversal structures, right here we got you covered. Remember, we have a trend. So if I had a trend something like this, okay, so I'm trying to interpret now the market broke out of my uptrend because there was a reversal, a double top. All right, so let's go. The market went down. So let's say you're just trading demand and supply and you don't trade reversal. So it's fine, it's going to be kind of crazy to understand the market, and that might be a problem because the market might be giving you a double top or a double bottom or an inverse head and shoulder, the market might be communicating, but since you're only basing your strategy or your analysis on the supply and demand, so you might miss that. That's why you take your entry, then the market takes you out. So let's continue. Now we see when the market touched our order block, once again back to our order block, or when the market touched our support level, back to our support and demand or support and resistance type of strategy, we see the market went up then came down. All right, so the moment we've seen that the market has once again given us another sign, which is a reversal structure, a double bottom, so we just need to mark our neckline, something like this. That's a key level, that's a neckline. So remember, right here we have a demand zone or a support, then now over here we have, of course, that's a neckline based on that double bottom, but then now we can call this a resistance. Now before we had this push or that break to the up, we need to understand, let's say, of course, since we've seen a double bottom, we should be looking for buy position. Now the only way we should take our buy entry is after the market takes out that high or that resistance. So we need to understand how the market or price approach this kind of resistance. Now let's go to the 4 hour. You see guys, that's how I analyze the market, or that's how I interpret the market before making my entry, whether it's a buy or sell position. Guys, I need to understand and interpret the market before. It's not all about drawing trends or drawing levels. No, yes, I have those levels marked out, but I need to communicate, try to understand what happened, try to check the history, what happened and why did this happen, why the market went up or why the market went down. So now we're back to the 4 hour. All right, so now we bring a trend. We might have this. If you cater for this, we have a trend right here. Those who trade or those who kind of take trade based on trend line. So I have this. I might clone this. Just like this. So this is what we have. So now if we had a resistance level right here and we see the market went down, all right, remember the market has given us a reversal based on the higher time frame, so we should be looking for buys. And like I said before, we need to understand how price was approaching this resistance. Okay, all right, now let's go to the 1 hour. I need to show you something. Now if we want to understand how price is going to approach a support or a resistance, we should be looking out for two things: either a continuation pattern or a reversal. Okay, now when the market or price touches the support, you look for a reversal or continuation. If it touches the resistance, you look for a reversal or continuation, guys. So from that, you'll at least know where the market is trying to go. So now when you try to look over here, there is this kind of a pattern that is a continuation pattern, guys. So that was just to tell you that be ready to take your buy position. Remember, we've seen a double bottom based on the daily. Then let's go to the 15 minute. Let me show you that clearly. Right over here, let me show you. Right over here, this level right here, something like this. And of course you see we had an impulse, another correction, impulse. So I think this was an impulse, then wait for candlestick. Now for me to take a buy position, we go back to the higher time frame, 1 hour, and now the last thing, like I said before, you wait for a candlestick. Which candlestick? An engulfing candlestick, Marubuzu candlestick. That's when I do execute. Of course, I'm always aware of pullbacks, guys, so no worries. Then you let the market do its thing. As you can see, the market kept on pushing all the way up, something like this right there. So now you see how easy the market is if you interpret the market. I keep on saying that the market, or forex market, gives out blueprints. So you see how we try to analyze this market from the highest time frame and understood what was happening, guys, before the moves or after the move. So I hope you guys understood this short video, and check out my Telegram link in the description box below. And I believe, adios.